We just finished Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and boy, that was a fun ride. Inspired heavily by the toon madness of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie featured a plethora of notable cartoon cameos, and there are a lot of them, so I can't name them all. I'm only one boy for damn sake. I'm gonna get hell for this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. One of my favorite movies from my childhood is Looney Tunes Back in Action, and this movie really gives me the same vibes, and I absolutely adore it. Chip 'n Dale makes a huge comeback in this movie, and they're joined by cameos of well-known and hidden gems alike. The movie takes place in a world where real life and animation are mixed, and boy, that leaves the door wide open for cameos. The nostalgia is real with this movie. The boys take on the case of their missing pal, Monterey Jack, when he gets kidnapped and taken by the criminal Valley Gang due to his stinky cheese addiction. It sounds crazy saying it out loud. Let's dive deep into the stinky cheese and point out some of the fun cameos from the Disney universe in this action-packed adventure. I'm Joey C. Let's go! Let's start out this wonderful list with a major source of the cameos in this film, the FanCon event that gets featured a few times in the movie. First, we got Baloo from the Jungle Book, but not his 2D animated form, but the CGI incarnation from the live-action film, and he's even singing his signature song. What do we got over here? Looks like Trusty from Lady and the Tramp playing a saxophone. Lemire from Beauty and the Beast has a booth right next to Dale. If you missed that one, I don't know what to tell you. These are all pretty easy to spot, says the guy making a video pointing them out. You may be asking yourself, Joey C, isn't it too early for a bonus entry? And to you, I would say, nope, bonus baby! I just wanted to point out how funny Seth Rogen's Viking guy is. My God. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the CG effects from the Scorpion King and The Mummy Returns with The Rock. Back to the list. There are a couple different references to the classic movie Cars. Most of them are blink if you miss it. As the detective boys are cruising for clues, if you will, there's a truck and a car with the famous animated eyes on the windshield. But what frightens me is that the entire vehicle isn't animated. It's just the eyes. So that's a new breed of cars that we've never seen before. Let's go way back for this one. Clarabelle Cow, usually seen in Disney cartoons as one of Minnie Mouse's closest friends. She appears as Chip 'n Dale's teacher in the opening movie during the flashback of their meeting. Our gal was first introduced in 1927, and the character has appeared in a lot of Disney projects. Also, a few minutes later, Clarabelle's occasional boy toy, Horace Horsecollar, is shown in a black and white movie that the two chipmunks are watching. Ah, you see, isn't that nifty, son? Black and white movies are the way to go. I feel like a fool. I knew this movie was similar to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but I didn't even realize he was in the movie. I missed it big time. In the beginning, as the original cast of the show Rescue Rangers wraps up filming, they have a huge party to celebrate, naturally. We see a few cameos that include MC Skat Kat, who is famous for starring in the music video for Paula Abdul's Opposite Attract. We also see the three little pigs dancing around to great music. And our famous Roger Rabbit is doing the dance named after him, which just chickens my nuggets. A small throwaway cameo for the Little House appears as Chip makes his way home from his wonderful corporate job, greeting her as Mrs. House. The Little House is a 1952 Disney short film based on the children's book of the same name. I'll tell you why this short depresses me. Little House gets lonely at night and wonders if there's any other houses she can talk to. At least Chip talks to her. Bonus, baby! Peter Pan is the villain. Anyways, a perfectly placed and underrated cameo comes from our pals Winchell and Duncan, the donut police from Wreck-It Ralph. They appear on the scene to investigate Monterey Jack's disappearance, evidently traveling all the way from Sugar Rush for the case. Originally working as henchmen for the evil King Candy, it seems our hungry pals turned to the right side of the law. Oh God, no one missed this one because it's right there, but I gotta say it anyways. Flounder, the cute little best friend from The Little Mermaid. They're getting kidnapped and bootlegged by Sweet Pete. It sounds so brutal and horrifying. Flounder desperately tries to bargain with the goons, offering them some genuine dinglehopper, which is a reference to the unique Disney princess movie. He even uses Ariel's own line, "Isn't it neat?" from the song Part of Your World, but to no avail. Side note, did you guys know that Disney owns Rocky Horror Picture Show? So technically speaking, Frankenfurter is a Disney princess. Think about that. Anywho, in the end of the film, when the duo saves the day, a whole bunch of mashed up bootleg characters are released from a shipping crate. Included in the horde are, take a deep breath, Phineas, Gus Gus, Bambi, Pegasus, the Cheshire Cat, Tigger, Jiminy Cricket, Woody Woodpecker, Zazu, Abu, Diddy Kong, Fred Flintstone, Patrick Star, Dipper Pines, a Care Bear, Boo Boo Bear, Princess Diana as a frog, and a very buff Toby the Turtle. Boy, I need a glass of water. All right, fine. We'll talk about Peter Pan. Good Lord. He's the main villain, man! Everybody knows that. He's referred to as Sweet Pete in the movie, but he's not the charming boy we all know and love. No, not anymore. He's now a middle-aged grumpy dude with a beer gut who loves breaking the law. He runs a legit company that melts down old toys like the Shrek body wash and turns them into porta potties. I'm not kidding. He also runs a bootlegging film company, and the police had supposedly been chasing him for quite some time. Screw it. Let's throw one in that isn't Disney. What are you gonna do, sue me? Please don't. I'm very much in debt. Seeing the South Park character in a Disney movie is nothing short of staggering. Randy, the father of Stan, makes a brief cameo in the sauna of the bathhouse, enjoying some much-needed relaxation. The idea of a South Park character sharing the same screen as the innocent chipmunk duo seems so twisted, but it works wonders in the surprise department. Okay, fine. I'll throw a Disney one at the end of this entry. There, are you happy? There's a Mickey Mouse telephone that can be seen in Chip's room during the flashback when him and Dale are kids. There's your Disney one. Good God. In another blink and you'll miss it moment, in that same scene in the bathhouse, we see a very happy Scrooge Mcduck. In true Scrooge style, the anthropomorphic duck is bathing in gold coins, which just sounds icky, but he's living up to his title of the richest duck in the world. Plus, he's also voiced by David Tennant, who also did Scrooge in the DuckTales reboot. This one I really got a kick of, because we see Woody's leg. Get it? Right? Because it's a leg? Anyways, when Powerful Pete transforms to his bootleg cannon-wielding monster, one of his legs is Woody's from Toy Story. The 1995 classic anime... You know what Toy Story is, I don't have to tell you. A side note, his cannon hand really gives me Zurg vibes from Toy Story 2. Not sure if that's intentional, but it's still a cool little nod. Wait a second, it has to be intentional because the cape and everything is the same. Complete with a Transformer leg, this monstrous villain is horrifying. Not to be confused with Sweet Pete, the famed Disney antagonist Pete makes a cameo, being the one character willingly appearing in Sweet Pete's bootlegs, and therefore not being altered. Being the oldest continuing Disney character ever, having first appeared in 1925, it seems only fitting he gets a cameo. He's a Disney elder, man! He is shown in the film in a bootleg version of Aladdin, dressing as the title character and riding a magic carpet for good measure. What if we bootlegged this movie? Then we would be bootlegging a movie about bootlegging. Bonus, baby! In the movie, we see an advertisement about being bootlegged and a lawyer's number. And in that shot, we see a wise old Zummy Gummy of Disney's classic animated series Adventure of the Gummy Bears. And he's sitting on a bench drinking some coffee, browsing a device that looks an awful lot like an iPhone. The magician of the Gummy Glen has apparently abandoned his spells for a new mystical craze. 21st century technology, baby. A very nostalgic cameo for many. During the credits, we see Darkwing Duck, the superhero alter ego of the ordinary duck, Drake Mallard. Given that a Darkwing Duck reboot is reportedly in the works for Disney+, his demanding "we want Darkwing" chants may soon come true. God, I hope so. Dude, this one is really cool, and if this doesn't show how much of a nerd I am, I don't know what will. In the factory scenes, we can see a whole bin of Luxo Balls. If you don't know what the Luxo Ball is, let me refer you to my video, Turning Red, every Pixar Easter egg you missed. The ball is yellow with a blue stripe and a red star on it, and it first appeared in the Luxo Jr. short, and most prominently in the Toy Story films. This ball makes an appearance in every Pixar movie, so seeing it in this movie that's loaded with other references really pops my corn. The overarching theme of bootlegging and lighthearted cameos is really far out, and it allows Disney to make fun of itself, something giant corporations rarely do. Disney being one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, they have literally hundreds of characters under its belt, which makes it pretty easy to get the rights for all the characters. We had fun with this one, and we hope you did too. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, you made it to the end of the video. You should be so proud of yourselves. What did you think of Chippendales? I thought it was just fantastic. Did we miss anything that you noticed? If so, let us know in the comments below. And as always, everybody, thanks for watching.